Now, by appealing to the people of Kenya, a group of anti-poaching campaigners have managed to raise awareness and political attention and support in the fight against poaching. Now, Wildlife Direct, which steers the Hands Off Our Elephants movement, has attracted global support by working toward changing minds, hearts, and even the law toward protecting the elephant.
More than 40,000 elephants are being gunned down every year in Africa, all to supply the vain interests of people in the Far East. These shocking statistics have generated a heated debate on whether poaching should be declared a national disaster.
If we fail to stem the bleeding in the bush because of a word called disaster, we will have ourselves to blame for the fact that our children and grandchildren will never know what elephants are, or rhinos for that matter.
Kenya Wildlife Service said declaring wildlife a national disaster will result in massive losses for tourism, as it will mean limited access to national parks and game reserves, which will henceforth be under heavy security, an issue that conservationists disagrees with.
We already have a heavy security presence inside our national parks. It doesn't affect tourism negatively. In fact, it affects tourism very positively because it provides security for the visitors who come to our country. In the 1980s, we didn't declare it a national disaster, but we responded as though it was a national disaster.
As the war against poaching intensifies, non-government organizations have rolled out campaigns and movements calling for protection of wildlife. Hands Off Our Elephants is a movement spearheaded by Wildlife Direct, which has already mobilized the public in Kenya and driven legal reforms in Kenya and East Africa. The movement aims to put an end to the elephant slaughter in Kenya and deliver an international ban on ivory trade. The state, by amending Wildlife Conservation and Management Act, seeks more powers for KWS to fight poaching. So, is this move going to see the end to poaching menace, which has tarnished the Environment Ministry for years?
The law is only as good as the will and the action of arrest and prosecution. Even when you arrest somebody, it's important that it's followed by excellent prosecution. It means you have to have very good evidence. Otherwise, defense lawyers will find holes in your case.
The Environment Ministry received $680 million in grants a week ago to fight poaching and wildlife insecurity in the country. This comes at a time when Kenya has become a transit for trafficking contraband trophies due to its geographical position, a matter that needs to be tackled head-on.
You cannot just leave it to one agency. So that's what we're really calling for, is an improvement in the interagency collaboration and also a national strategy to combat this problem. The buyers of ivory are not in Africa. They're in China, Thailand, Vietnam, and those places. So as a country, we must engage in a very proactive way the countries where this ivory is going.